You're listening to the Sports Fix.
Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Fantasy Jocks. Looking to upgrade your league trophy? Check out fantasyjocks.com for championship belts, rings, trophies, and more.
Sports Fix listeners, don't wait all day or all week to get in on the fun. The party doesn't stop when we go off the air all week long. The Sports Fix social media sites are your one-stop shop for all things Cleveland sports. Jump over to Facebook.com/TheSportsFix, Facebook.com/TheSportsFix, and become a fan today because we love fans and they create some of the best sports talk in town, Daddy. You'll enjoy talking to your fellow Cleveland sports fans on the Sports Fix fan page. And if Twitter's your thing, well, you know how we do it. Tweet with us at The Sports Fix CLE. It's that simple.
Twitter.com/TheSportsFixCLE, baby.
Chat live with the crew during all your favorite Cleveland sports events, tickets and contests and trivia and so much more. Get with us today, The Sports Fix on social media. Facebook.com/TheSportsFix. Tweet with us at The Sports Fix CLE. Join The Sports Fix on Facebook and Twitter today.
I'm Tyler Zeller, and you're listening to The Sports Fix.
Live in Ohio, it's time to get your fix. The Sports Fix.
Ooh, welcome in. Not just the time to get your fix, time to get your fix for the final time in 2014. Welcome in, you guys. Man, there we go. I thought something wasn't working. Everybody can hear me? Check 1, 2. Of course they can, because everything is all clear on my end. I thought something went wrong there. All right. As I was saying, to start things off, live radio. Gotta love it. First and last edition of this. First and last. There you go. Let's start this over again. Last edition of the Sports Fix 2014. I don't want to talk to you guys for a whole year. I'm done until Friday. And it's going to be a lot of fun today. We'll look back on some things. We've got a interesting lineup today. Jeff Gorman from Indians and Browns101.com going to join us here as we're going to talk a little baseball, talk a little bit about the Browns' latest. Mike Pettine, Ray Farmer, both of those guys had some interesting comments here about the end of the season. Jeff Gorman and I are going to talk about all of that with you. We've got Doug Plagens, the voice of the Lake Erie Monsters, here with us for our final look in. He's calling us live today from Milwaukee, actually, as the Monsters are getting ready to wrap up their road trip. We'll talk to Doug Plagens a little bit later on today. We've got Dr. Football, Bill Checkus, in the house in hour 2. We'll talk about his thoughts on the end of the Browns season and where they go from here. NFL playoffs getting ready to kick off this weekend. Black Monday. And Dr. Football says he'll talk about some of the coaches that weren't fired, but perhaps should have been. We're going to talk about all of that. I'm going to open up the phone lines here. Matter of fact, I'm going to open up the phone lines early on in the show here in this first segment. I know a lot of people didn't get through yesterday. We're going to talk about that. All of those things here. Open up the phone lines, though. Give you guys a chance to get through if you didn't early on before we get really busy with the slate of guests and all of that stuff. So, man, let's do it. Man, final one of the year, man. It is amazing. I sit here and think back. By the way, if I say anything that makes people go, oh man, what's J-Rock talking about? Where's the Sports Fix? Is it going away? No, I could have gave the same speech that I'm about to say. I could have said this at this exact same time last year, so don't go panicking about what I'm going to say. But man, I got to tell you, I'm glad we got here to where we're at here through another year, because I can't lie, man. There were times that it was tough to get through this one here for the Sports Fix as a venture here. I mean, the Sports Fix has been on the air since 2008 in various groupings and formats on terrestrial radio. And then, as you guys know, I took the show independently owned and operated here. Man, what are we now? Closing in on 2 years, 18 months, 19 months, something like that now here that we've been doing it this way, completely independent, 5 days a week. I mean, lock, stock, and barrel, man, from opening the doors to selling it to turning it on the air to promoting it, all of that stuff. It's part and parcel of what we do. So, sometimes I think, I don't know, I get frustrated in the day-to-day, it takes time to grow things, and I'm fortunate and blessed, and I'm not even going to ramble on that we're still here, because like I said, there were some times that I wasn't sure if this thing was meant to keep going, if it was going to. I mean, you got to understand that you can have a good product or whatever you think we are. You can have a good idea, concept, all of that. It doesn't make it viable in the business world until it's viable in the business world. And fortunately, we've been able to stay on the positive side of that line. But, looking ahead, I don't know where 2015 is going to go. I mean, so many things this year happened professionally for us here. I mean, with the show, it's grown. It's continued to expand. I've added some different duties, some broadcasting on some different radio stations, doing some play-by-play for football and basketball, which is really cool. And that's been a new thing to add there. But, looking at other ways this year to expand the show, may have to take some risks or do some things outside the box. I'm looking forward to that. I'm definitely invigorated by the challenge of that here, but who knows where it's going to go. So knowing that this is the last time we're going to be on the air here in 2014, I just want to look back and thank all of you guys for being here, being a part of what we do each and every day, especially as crazy. I mean, this is Cleveland. Do I need to finish that sentence? And yet we're still here, gluttons for punishment, coming back and doing it. And I'm hoping that some of that and some of the reason that you guys do keep coming back here specifically is because we try to do it a little differently, a little more upbeat, a little more positive, even though they make it hard on us sometimes. They make it hard to stay positive sometimes. And I listened back to yesterday's show and I'm like, these are the days where you go, wow, man, really? Like one or the other. We're talking Cavs and Browns yesterday. I'm like, one or the other of these is a big enough deal that you could spend all day talking about this incident and this dysfunction. They're both going at the same time, man. So I'm going to talk about that more. They are smelling blood in the Cavs' water is the media. I'm going to talk about some of the stories that I saw this morning here in a minute. But before we get it rolling here, we're going to get this thing moving downhill. Again, just want to say what I was saying. Thank you guys for being here, continuing to be here. Hopefully moving on into a new year with us coming ahead, and no matter what they do on the field, we promise that we'll give you our best effort to continue to have fun, talk about it, do it differently, give you guys the platform to be a part of this. All of the things that we try to do each and every day, we're going to push it through into another year. But yeah, just looking back from beginning to end here, hey, made it through another one, man. So there we go. And with that, let's get rolling, you guys. I am the host of the Sports Fix, which you're listening to across the Sports Fix radio network. J-Rock, Jerry Myers with you guys here each and every weekday, live at noon. Without fail, we are here. We're like the mail. We're like Federal Express, baby. We are here each and every day, live at noon across the Sports Fix radio network. Maybe you enjoy the show on TuneIn, TuneIn's radio app worldwide, on Spreaker, Mixler, their respective mobile applications and digital apps. Maybe you enjoy the show every day right on our home base, thesportsfix.net, one-stop shop for all things Cleveland sports, all your archives of the Sports Fix and everything. And welcome in all of you listening around the world, thousands of you in digital delay 24 hours a day on iHeartRadio, the world's largest internet radio provider, on iTunes and Stitcher Radio and SoundCloud and all of the different places that you may download the show, feed and subscribe and listen to the show however you enjoy, however you get your fix, Daddy. I appreciate it. And welcome in, you guys, to another episode. As I said, J-Rock, Jerry Myers, off and on the air, running here, and we want you to be a part of the show. I'm opening up the phone lines right off the bat. Few minutes here to get them in before we get Jeff Gorman. We've got Doug Plagens, Dr. Football. They're going to be eating up the phones, so get on them if you want to. Get in where you fit in, Cleveland. 216-539-7535. 216-539-7535. If you can't get to the phones, if you're at work, if you can't do that, hit us up on our social media, Facebook and Twitter. Facebook.com/thesportsfix. Tweet with us at the Sports Fix CLE. Facebook.com/the Sports Fix. Tweet with us at the Sports Fix CLE. I'm like Johnny Football. Tweet with me while I'm at work. I'll tweet with you back, baby. Facebook.com/the Sports Fix. Tweet with us at the Sports Fix CLE. And join those, by the way. Follow us on Twitter. Like the page on Facebook. Become the part of the nearly over 22,000 followers on social media here, heading into 2015, baby. And speaking of that, let's talk about, I want to pick up, I was saying yesterday was a tough one when you look at all the things we're sitting there talking about, but the blood in the water that I was referring to has picked up even more about the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't know how many of you guys have just begun your day, how many of you have been, I know some of you guys, we're listening on the internet, so you're locked on it, and you're on this stuff as fast as everybody else. But this morning, several different articles along the lines of the things that are going wrong with the Cleveland Cavaliers. But, when you look at the headline of the main one here that came, and this is written literally by the Cleveland.com plain dealer, whatever you want to say, beat writer, the guy covering the team on a day-to-day basis. LeBron James refuses to rule out leaving the Cavaliers. That's where this narrative has now gone today. After yesterday, we talked about the issues that have been discussed. And listen, I've got to say, I'm going to throw this right out there. While, yes, I jokingly say the chum is in the water for the media, while some of this, maybe even a larger portion of this, of course, is fueled by media, and then you get the rumors and the speculation and innuendo. But don't allow that to cloud your reality. When you look at things, use your own vision. We talk about that all the time. I get it that, yes, there is absolutely, positively an aspect of what I'm saying in the media creating these things. But at the same time, they can't create what is not there completely. They're putting the X's and O's together themselves as well. Now, all I'm trying to say is that a team that is winning 60% of their games to start this season, that's what I find amazing, is that even with the problems, they've been moderately successful. I guess that's the best term I could use, moderately successful early on in the season results-wise, although clearly not. When you throw the parade in October, it gets hard to get excited about the record here at this point, I guess. But that's an argument for a different day. But yeah, the chum is in the water. As I said, 3 different articles, all on the plain dealer, the Cleveland.com, whichever way you choose to get your news here in Cleveland. But that's the main news outlet, man. All of them along those lines. And I'll tell you, tonight, the Cavaliers have an opportunity to go out there and just play some basketball. But yesterday, again, and these are the things, listen, you guys, I always try to warn you guys ahead of time that I'm trying to think of how to discuss these things so that I make sure that it's clear that this is not any type of just I don't like LeBron, and because it's far more than just LeBron. Some of the issues here with this team. The defense, it's every man. But my problem with LeBron is you can't step up and be the man and be the leader and not be the leader. You know what I'm saying? I've already had that discussion before. And going along those lines, yesterday we got onto this a little bit at the end of yesterday's show as the media session was just getting underway as we were wrapping up for the Cavs yesterday after practice down at the Cleveland Clinic courts. And I was amazed. Remember, I read a couple of those quotes on the show from LeBron because he was given several opportunities to say positive things about Coach Blatt. And this is yesterday. This isn't breaking down comments from weeks ago or whatever. And each time he kind of backhandedly offered an answer. These are some amazing quotes. I'll go back to the one that I read yesterday when the first question he was asked was what he thought of David Blatt. And he said, listen, man, I don't pay no bills around here. I play basketball. And then he followed that up when pressed a little bit more. He said, he was asked, do you feel that David Blatt is the right coach for this team and so forth? And he said, he's our coach. What other coach do we have? I'm just saying that's not exactly the most ringing endorsement. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, if you're married and somebody says, hey, man, what do you think about your wife? I don't know that you're not sleeping on the couch at best and perhaps in the car if the answer is, well, she's my wife. What other wife do I have? I'm just saying, may not go over too well in the household. That's all I'm saying. And what kind of answer is that? See, to me, that's where when I say yes, a lot of this stuff is, of course, driven and fueled by the media. But when I say there's little kernels, and yeah, then the media